think you're going to take back with you that will affect you when you get back, or affect you as you get older?
Well, I think, to know that it's the same over here, that everyone should be equal, no matter where you're from or what you believe in or what colour your skin is. Everybody is, is the same, really.
Yeah, and just have the same right to be treated well. Yeah.
Let's welcome them. These folks have taken a very, very long plane ride from Northern Ireland to be here. I've been going for about 10 years now to Lurgan Junior High School, taking students from the college, and I have really come to see what Dr. King meant when he said that everyone can be great because everyone can serve. I've seen that in the lives of these children, because in Northern Ireland, their context is divided by sectarianism. Here in Harrisburg, we've had our fair share of violence. And in Northern Ireland, these students and teachers have seen quite a bit too. Dr. King's vision for peace is something that is just as applicable around the world and in Northern Ireland as it is here. Perhaps one of the most inspiring things in my journeys has been to see these children use digital media to tell the stories of their community in their school. They have been doing exciting things with social media. They've been doing exciting things with video. And one of the teachers, Mrs. Marina Moorhead, is here. Marina, would you share a little bit about what you're doing and then introduce your team? Let's welcome Marina.
Thank you. The studio that we run in our school is a really unique and incredibly innovative tool for teaching and learning. And through it, the students, they learn media skills, so they're learning production and planning, researching, reporting, interviewing and presenting skills, camera work, sound and vision mixing, live streaming, and these 4 students that are with me today are part of that. Through that, they also learn soft skills. The whole school are involved, and they learn self-confidence. They have notably improved in their self-confidence throughout the school. They have gained knowledge and understanding of both themselves and their own community, but also widening their horizons to outside of their community through their work in the studio. They're learning communication skills as well. And the studio has really created opportunities and experiences for students that they would not otherwise have, not least of which being here today with you to commemorate Dr. King and his life and legacy. Through it, we broaden their horizons. We teach them that life is not just about them. There is a big wide world out there beyond their own community, and they access it through the studio in part. It has also been inspirational to us as teachers as well as the students, because it has really affected how we teach. It has helped us to think outside the box. It has helped us to develop different projects and encourage the students to be involved in those.
I might mention that the entire school from Lurgan is watching us right now, so let's just wave and say hi, Lurgan.
And today the kids from Ireland are over here bonding with the kids of Harrisburg School District, Messiah College, Stilton High Spire, SciTech, and they all have captured the eyes of the movement, and they're going to be absolutely carrying out this movement by being keepers of the dream. Let's talk about what you're doing here today.
What they're going to do now is what they do, and they're 11 to 14-year-olds.
Good.
Yeah. So,
Well, as I say, shoot.
Well, Governor, I just want to thank you for taking your time to talk to us today. What are some of the things you do as the Governor of Pennsylvania?
So we bring in civic readings on this tomorrow.
Oh, thank you very much. Wow, I appreciate this. Now, this is a wonderful memorabilia, and I am so honored to receive this. I get a lot of international memorabilia, and this is a special one, because what you're doing matters to the world. It's going to show that Northern Ireland kids have the courage to stand up in some of the most divisive issues, and it's those kinds of issues that really bring you monumental triumph. I attended a service yesterday, and the theme was remember, celebrate, and act now. And the acronyms that I thought of for ACT was Action Causes Triumph. And what you're doing today through retaining the stories of service is certainly an act that will cause triumph. So God bless that we are with them and that they have a mayor in the city of Harrisburg, the capital of Pennsylvania, who loves them so very much.
Pennsylvania is a good place to talk about this because we have a tradition of peacemakers of this sort. We were founded by William Penn, a Quaker. He worked to prevent war. He put his faith in God, and he dealt fairly with the tribes when he founded his colony. And you students that are visiting from Lurgan should know something else. James Logan, the man who administered Pennsylvania for William Penn when he first came here, who ran the state on his behalf, was from your town. And I see they're nodding. Yes, we already know that. They got their history lesson before this. He was born in Lurgan in 1674, but he's buried here in the state that he helped create in 1751. So as you join in this day of service, you are continuing more than 300 years of service, one that has long connected our two countries.
What benefits do you think service has on the community?
I think service is incredibly important. It's important for 5 different reasons. The first one is it helps us understand our basic worldview, what life is all about. When you serve other people, you get a sense of meaning and purpose in what life is all about. It also helps us understand ourselves better, who we are, what gifts we have, what we think is important. It helps us understand other people, the world around us. It helps us to situate things in context. So a lot of time things happen in the world and in the news, and we don't really understand the people and the really particular places that happens in. So it helps us put things in perspective, put things in place. And then lastly, it helps us be more responsible with the decisions that we make and the actions that we take.
And Mrs. Murhead.
What
Yes.
was your favourite part?
Well, I'm kind of a bit like Lauren, where it's hard to say what my favourite part was because there's been so much that's so good and hard to take in. I agree, I really like the Amish experience and seeing how different people live and how they live so simply, and the whole sense of community and serving each other and looking out for each other.
It's like one big family.
I think, yeah.
Well, we went to the Amish school while there was children in it.
And what did it look like?
It was literally just one wee room with desks the whole way up to the front and a big massive blackboard, because there was like children from 1st grade right up to 8th grade, so the teacher would have to teach all of them, and you could see like the different like sections for each of the different grades. And then on the walls there was the classroom rules, and one of them was no communication allowed in the room, which was quite strange.
Okay, so
Yeah.
can you imagine what it would be like in your school if you were not allowed to talk at all,
It just
other than
wouldn't-
to ask the
it just
teacher or
wouldn't
answer
happen.
the teacher?
It wouldn't happen.
They wouldn't abide by it.
They're not
No.
I think the Amish, it sort
all
of
they're
displayed
used
so
to,
much
yeah.
more discipline, like, and self-control that you
Self-control.
really don't have to talk all the time.
Yeah.
Because like they're obviously learning, because like they were happy. It's not as if
Oh,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
sad and grumpy or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but they were always happy and smiling. And then they were told that they had to do chores, and they didn't care. They just did it
Yeah, so
because they were
what kind
told to do it.
What kind of chores did they do at the end of the day?
They just sweep the floors. I think they to clean the windows or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff that we would.
And they
sort of-
tidy up, so they don't really have school cleaners. They'll come in and
Yeah.
sweep the way we do.
Yeah.
So do you think, does that maybe give them more of an appreciation of
I think
what they
it
We
have?
take it for granted
Yeah.
that somebody's going to come in and do that
Mhm.
for us, whereas they have to do it themselves, so they won't
Yeah.
make a mess or anything,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
respect for it.
So here we are in Washington, D.C. at the Washington Monument. We drove from Messiah College this morning to Shady Grove, then took the metro from there to Smithsonian in D.C. Here we are at the War Monuments in Washington, D.C. On each pillar is the name of a state or province in the US. So here we are at the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Let's go and have a look.
Has it been in any way a life-changing experience for you? Will you go back to Northern Ireland with any different attitudes or any new attitudes, do you think?
Well, it just shows that like things really aren't so different. Like there are people struggling all over the world. It's not just your little hometown that have their problems, because really everyone does. Talking to the mayor yesterday, she was saying how she does care about us, and like you make new friendships and you really do learn a lot about so many other people.
Okay, Lauren, what do you think you'll take back?
Just to like respect other people and not to take anybody for granted, because everybody's like equal and nobody should be treated different for any different reasons, what background they come from, their race or anything.